It's so nice being with Ram Dass these days, isn't it? He's really become who we saw him as before he knew it. So sweet. And everybody's getting such a good, unadulterated, unconditional love dose that it's very good. People don't realize, when we talk about Maharaji, we talk about the things that happen. But most of the time, we were just sitting around hanging out with him, bathing in that love, and that was enough. We didn't want anything else. And because that was the whole thing, to be in that love. And it was so powerful to be allowed to be who you are and allowed to forget all your self-loathing and your self-judgment and your criticisms of yourself, and forget about who you wanted to be and might want to be. Just to be in the moment, and be in the presence, the present and the presence, That's really what this retreat is about. It's just about getting here and relaxing into it. It's hard to do it when you have X amount of time. Because when we went to India, that was it. We weren't coming back. So much for plans, eh? So we were just there for the duration. I guess we still are. When I sing, when I chant, I don't even know what happens anymore. I mean, I'm futzing with the sound and the this and that and the this, but, and then it's over. What happened? It's like, because I'm really, I just go into that space. I just sing. I give as much of myself as I can to it, and so beautiful the way he's arranged my life like that. I would just be sitting home. God knows what I'd be doing. But he's got my life arranged that I have to do this. I have to stay out there and keep doing this with such intensity and such devotional intensity that it transforms everything. You really... It's so discontinuous. Remember how acid used to be discontinuous with everything? In other words, you couldn't really remember what it was like later. You kind of remembered, but it wasn't the same thing. It was a discontinuous state of mind, and this is becoming more and more discontinuous and yet integrated at the same time. In other words, you go into it, and then you just go about your day. It's not, you don't try to hold on to anything. It just, you go into it, it changes you, twirls you around, puts you right where you're supposed to be. And then from there you go to the rest of your day and the rest of your life until you're doing it again, boom, and then again. Every time it brings you back to that place of home, so deep. And it's without a lot of fanfare, you don't join anything, you don't wear special clothes, and you don't get to do a big ego trip on it. Like, now I'm this, You just come and sing and get the fuck out of there. Go home. And yet your whole life goes through. It transforms your whole life.
Yeah.
First of all, the longing is increased so much. Every time you touch this space, you recognize this is what you want. When Ram Dass talks or Sharon is manifesting that place, you just remember, oh yeah, right. This, right. Okay, got it. And then you forget. And then you come to another kirtan or another retreat, or you sit at your house and oh yeah, okay, now I remember. But then you forget. So Thank God we were saved from joining anything. Of course, nobody would let us join anyway, anything they would. So, yeah. It's like when I stopped taking drugs, when I stopped doing acid and stuff like that. I knew if I kept shooting up and then going down, up and down, I knew if I stopped doing that to myself, that gradually, but inevitably, I knew that my plateau of consciousness would rise, just over time. But if I kept shooting myself into outer space and then crashing into the depths, it wasn't going to, not only wouldn't I live very long, but it just wasn't going to work. So I stopped. And you got anything? Okay. So I stopped, but 10 minutes ago. It's been years. I don't know how long it's been. So, and I just tell people that. I say, you can't, anything you do to try to get there with your will, it's just going to create big waves that push you back, later. You need to have just enough will to get yourself in the right place, and then relax. You can't, Maharaji said that meditation is a state that develops naturally over time. You can't will yourself into it.